Hi guys, welcome to my corner of the internet. In today's video, we're talking about 5 easy ways to take charge of the year 2025 for maximum impact as a young person. It's already 2 months into the year and you might be asking yourself, what have I been able to do to change my life, to improve myself in the year? And you're probably feeling frustrated already that you've not been able to do anything. You're still stuck where you were at in 2024. Don't feel discouraged. Trust me, a lot of people are on this table and you don't want to beat yourself too much. In this video, I'll be covering 5 easy ways to take charge of your year so that when you look back in December, you feel better, you feel inspired, you're in a great place basically because of the efforts you've been able to take. So, number one, run a self evaluation. Run a self assessment on yourself. Start by analyzing what you did well last year, what you didn't do well last year at. Start by analyzing your wins and your losses last year. Start by analyzing your highs and your lows last year. What are the areas that stood out needing improvement in your life last year? Take a sheet of paper and a pen and note them down. They will be the foundation for whatever you decide to build on, and just pour down your thoughts. Just pour down your thoughts and be honest with yourself. Nobody knows you better than you know yourself. So you want to make sure that you are very intentional with this self-assessment so that you can be able to measure your progress as you go on. So take time to do a thorough self-assessment. And yeah, that'll be the first thing to know. Number two, pick 2 or 3 areas you want to focus on. Trying to do multiple things, trying to focus on multiple areas will feel very overwhelming, trust me. And when you begin to feel overwhelmed, when you begin to feel frustrated, it will affect your overall progress and you might feel frustrated and eventually stop taking action. So you want to make sure that you pick only 2 or 3 areas you want to be laser focused at, you want to face squarely, and then it makes it easy for you to begin to track improvement. It makes it easy for you to spread yourself very thinly to be able to see progress and see changes. So once you've done your self-assessment, you've done your analysis and examination, you want to then go on to pick 2 or 3 areas you want to focus on. It could be area of your finance, it could be your career, you probably want to level up your skill gap, it could be area of your devotion, your spiritual life. So pick 2 or 3 key areas that at the end of the year, when you look back in December, you are able to look at these 3 areas and then measure the progress and the impact, the changes you've been able to make. So you don't want to be too overwhelmed by looking at probably multiple things. And that's why I think 2 or 3 is a very fine spot to be in. So just pick 2 or 3 areas you want to focus on and then put in the work. Start by determining the tasks, the activities you want to put in place to help you achieve the goals you want to reach in those areas. It could be that you want to take your savings more seriously. You want to make sure that at the end of the month there's an automatic debit that leaves your account when your salary comes into your savings account that you don't touch. So yeah, you know what these areas are, and then you've done the analysis. It's time for you to then pick just 2 or 3 areas, nothing more, nothing less, to make sure that you are able to effectively calculate your progress without feeling overwhelmed. So number 3, now that you know the areas that you want to focus on, you've picked those 2 or 3 areas you want to focus on, it's time to then go in hard with learning, go in hard with studying, go in hard with improving your knowledge in those areas. Learn, and keep learning. Seek mentorship, read books, watch YouTube videos around those areas so that at the end of the year, when you look at it, you are able to see the change in your knowledge gap in those areas. You are able to be more confident because knowledge brings confidence. Knowledge gives you immense confidence. So seeking knowledge in those areas will be the third thing you want to do very intentionally. Knowledge. And for me, what some of the areas where I pumping knowledge into myself is through YouTube videos, through reading books, and through TikTok. Interestingly, yeah, TikTok. I go to TikTok at the end of the day to look at what is new, what is new in any area that I'm currently focusing on. For example, I go to TikTok to check what's new in the area of AI, in the area of analysis, big data, and all. Yeah, the more I do that, I find out that my knowledge bank increases on that subject. So you want to make sure that you know more and you improve your knowledge, you increase your knowledge around those areas you've analyzed, those areas you've pinpointed. So that will be the third most important thing to do. So number 4, knowledge alone isn't enough. The next level is to modify your routine. I like to say that your routine makes you, your routine makes you, your routine makes you. It can make you, it can mar you. You don't want to spend a bulk of your time doing things that does not add towards the success of these three things you've listed out. You want to make sure that your routines systematically match up and helps you achieve these goals. Your routine are correspondent, they are proportional to these goals you've set. You want to make sure that your routines helps you achieve these things that you've listed out, and make sure you don't want to minimize the impact of your routine, because I tell you, your routines are very powerful. What you do every day stands a chance to either make you or break you. So you want to start by waking up early. You want to start by giving time to these tasks, giving time to these activities, giving time to learning more, giving time to structuring your finance more, giving time to listening to sermons, praying, reading your Bible. So, aside getting the knowledge, aside speaking those two or three things, aside the self examination, you want to make sure that you modify your routine to fit in perfectly to these things you want to focus on. And I think that is something that is very important to me. I think this would be one of my favorite points among the five. Your routines, your routines. Don't joke with your routines. I'm not saying you should spend 3 hours on each of those things, but then you want to make sure that each day there's a cumulative effort you are making towards reaching your goals, towards reaching those desired outcomes you are looking to get. So make sure you take note of your routines. Very, very important. The final point is stay accountable. Now you've done a self-assessment, you've picked 2 or 3 areas you want to focus on, you've gone in deep and gone in intentionally with your learning, and you've also designed your routine, you've modified your routine. The next thing to do is to take action. Trust me, there will be 1001 reason to procrastinate. There will be 1001 reason to give up, to feel discouraged and all. But then you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you leave no excuse on the table, eliminate your excuses. And I think most times we have lots and lots of excuses because we want to do too many things at once. When you begin to have too many things you need to do at the same time, there are a lot of excuses, there are a lot of reasons to procrastinate, lots of reasons to feel discouraged. It begins to look cumbersome, it begins to look unachievable, unattainable. So you want to make sure that you structure your goals, you structure those outcomes to make sure that there are no excuses not to achieve them. Excuses, excuses, excuses. The more excuses and excuses and excuses, you find that at the end of the day, you are not able to see any significant improvement. You're not able to see any significant outcome, no significant results in any of these areas. So you want to make sure that you eliminate every reason for excuses. Avoid procrastinating. Avoid procrastinating. Make sure that whatever you say you want to do, they are reasonable and they are achievable. Your routines are reasonable and achievable. Your routines are reasonable and achievable. Don't be overly zealous that you begin to set unrealistic expectations for yourself, because the moment you do that, you begin to make excuses, you begin to feel discouraged, you begin to feel frustrated, and you begin to tell yourself it's not working, while in reality you just made it difficult for yourself. So start by, say for example, you are a data analyst or you are a video editor and you want to improve your skill in video editing or data analysis or copywriting, and then you just start by looking on YouTube for a video that lasts an hour, and you could say, okay, every day for the next 4 days I will watch 15 minutes of this video to add 15 minutes of knowledge into myself on this topic. So making it very achievable and making it very easy to do on a daily basis, making it easy to fit into your routine. It eliminates every excuses you might have or that might come up for why you couldn't do it. So I think eliminating excuses is one powerful way to make sure that all these points are consolidated and they come together to help you achieve your goal. So yeah, I hope this video has been really helpful. You've been able to see how we move from your self-analysis So the final point, which is no excuses, to make sure that at the end of the year we are able to look back and see that we were able to take charge of the year, we're able to take steps that resulted into a fruitful and productive year for us. If you found this video helpful, drop a like, drop a comment, tell me how this video came in handy to you, what you picked from it, and suggest a video you'd like to watch, a video you'd like me to talk on, and suggest areas of improvement you'd like me to take note of in the next video. I'll be really happy to note them. I'll be in the comments responding to your replies and responding to your comments. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video. Take care.